Hello, everybody, and welcome to a War of the Spark draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. If the video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will post another video tomorrow, so if you want to see more videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you subscribe to the channel, you will have access to the community tab. The community tab is a wonderful place on YouTube where I post polls, where I can collect data from all of my subscribers and make the channel better for all of you, so that's a perk for subscribing as well. And also, if you have any questions or comments at all, be sure to leave those in the comment section down below. And finally, if you want to become one of the most dedicated supporters of the channel and get access to exclusive bonus content, be sure to check out the Patreon for the channel. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas is your place to go if you want bonus content and to support the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the draft. I'm happy to be doing best of threes again, and we start off with a very solid rare. Widespread Brutality is one of those ones that you should build around, because if you just do it for 2, it doesn't necessarily kill very many things. But if you have like a 3/3 army when you cast Widespread Brutality, which is not that hard to do, Widespread Brutality can do a ton of work and just be a one-sided board wipe and give you like one creature that's massive. It does get blown out a little bit by instant speed removal, but only a little, because you still will do 2 damage at the very least. Because if they do kill your army in response, you still get to make a new army. Other than that, Mayhem Devil is a pretty solid uncommon, but I don't like to move into black-red super early. I'd rather see the cards for it before I just pick up a Mayhem Devil. And if I was taking a black-red card, I would take the Widespread Brutality. Nahiri is an interesting one. So Nahiri is a card that is quite powerful, but a lot of the time, you're not going to be able to get a ton of value out of it. It'll basically be like a removal spell that you can use once, because the First Strike I have not found to be a super relevant ability. There's no equipment in this set, so the other ability is completely useless, and usually your opponent will like have attacked with a creature, you'll play Nahiri, kill that creature, and Nahiri will either die on the next turn, or the Nahiri will sit around and your opponent just won't attack until their opponent has a big enough board to just kill the Nahiri in one swell swoop. So I'm not a huge fan of Nahiri. Gideon Sacrifice is a card that hasn't really come together. I've never seen this card played. I've never played it myself. Maybe I could totally wreck someone with it because they won't expect it, but it just hasn't really been a good card in the format. Looking at the commons, the best 2 commons in this pack are probably Bloomhulk and Honor the Godfarer. Bloomhulk by a pretty large margin here. I think Bloomhulk is just like a very solid common. 4 mana 4/4 is just a big body in the format. Proliferating is good, though oftentimes not as good as you think it is. It's hard to get counters going sometimes, but Bloomhulk is still quite good. That being said, Widespread Brutality is powerful enough that it's worth taking over the Nahiri and the Bloomhulk, I think. I just think the Nahiri is like less good than it looks, unless you like combo it with Lawren Enforcer type shenanigans, but Widespread Brutality is a fine place to start. It's even splashable for the single red. And now we could potentially move into a Grixis strategy. Rouse Outburst is a very solid uncommon. The rare is missing for this pack, so we don't have a very good idea of what the person passed. Rouse Outburst is just quite good. It keeps us in this, like, we could play like a Grixis control deck and have Widespread Brutality and Rouse Outburst. It's a good place to start. Samut is a good card, but only in certain decks, and I don't necessarily always end up in those decks, even when I have a red deck or a green deck. So I don't like taking Samut super early, even though it's very flexible and technically could go in a lot of decks. I just have not found that to be the case. There's another Bloomhulk, but I think of the commons, I'd probably rather take Callous Dismissal, because it fits with like a Grixis Amass deck that goes with Widespread Brutality. Because it does have a mass. But I think if we're taking a blue card, we're just going to take the Rouse Outburst. I think Rouse Outburst is significantly better than Callous Dismissal and Bloomhulk, and even Wanderer Strike as well. So I think that in this pack, I think I go Rouse Outburst, and then probably Callous Dismissal, and then probably Wanderer Strike, and then Bloomhulk. Though Wanderer Strike and Bloomhulk are... I would probably go, actually, Bloomhulk, then Samut, and then Wanderer Strike. Because I do try to avoid the white cards early, because white is not a color that I like to be playing in general in this format. It just doesn't have as powerful cards. Okie doke. Now here we have another pretty decent option. Lazotep Reaver, of course, works well with the Amass shenanigans that we already have going on from a Widespread Brutality. It's also just a great blocker early. We could play a black-red deck that splashes blue for Rouse Outburst, or we could try to play a black-blue deck that splashes red, though that's less feasible. Or black-red. Yeah, black-red splashing blue seems like the most reasonable option if we take a Lazotep Reaver. The other combination would be like blue-red, because we do want red to be a main color, because this is double red. Looking at the cards in this pack, though, the uncommons are like the cards that look like they'd be good, but then end up not being great. Grateful Apparition just has not performed. Like, I've gotten run over by it like once or twice, but my opponent has also cast it multiple times, and just it hasn't been very good in a lot of scenarios. D-Spark is the type of card that also looks very good, but it's basically just the same as a Spark Harvest a lot of the time, because by the time... I mean, it's better than Spark Harvest if you're black-white, but it is a little bit restrictive on what it hits. Sometimes they have a 3-mana Planeswalker you really need to get rid of and you can't. And also, we have a couple of cards that are not black-white at all, so we don't really want to go in that direction. I think this is just worth taking a Lazotep Reaver. It's just powerful enough, and it has synergy with the Widespread Brutality. It's enough better than Chandra's Pyrohelix that I think it's worth taking. Okie doke. Now we could take a... Heartfire is always a solid option, just a nice removal spell. Works well with Lazotep Reaver. We could have like a black-red deck that splashes blue. That sounds nice to me. I don't think we want to go into white for these type of cards. I think Heartfire is just a fine option. Band Together is okay, but not really where I want to be as much either. Let's just take the Heartfire. Just all the Huatlis in the world. We could have had that sweet, sweet Huatli and then played Goblin Assault Team as a 1-1. We're missing out. Okay, so this pack has several interesting options. First of all, Mana Geode is one that I'm really considering here because if we want to splash blue, a Mana Geode is kind of what we want because we only have access to Guild Globes and Mana Geodes to splash blue if we're playing a Grixis strategy. The other card in this pack that I'm considering is Totally Lost, though on the splash without any fixing, that's a little bit sketchy and probably not what I would do. But Mana Geode, because this card is actually pretty solid in the format, there's just a lot of things you can hit with it. You can hit big tokens, you can just hit creatures in combat if they're double blocking. It's just been a solid card for me. Sorin Stir is not a card I like, it just doesn't kill enough relevant threats, so I think we're just going to take the Mana Geode here. And Mana Geode can potentially enable a Rouse Outburst, which would be quite nice for us. If we have Widespread Brutality, does Relentless Advance become playable? I think the answer is no. If this was a red card, then maybe it would be playable, but on the splash, you only want to be splashing really powerful cards like Rouse Outburst, and splashing a Relentless Advance doesn't appeal to me. I think in this pack, we're just going to take the Saheeli Silverwing. It's just a solid enough card, and I'm fine playing Saheeli Silverwing. And now we can either take Charity Extractor or Prismite. Prismite would kind of help with the splash, but I've never actually gotten anything with a Prismite. It's just never actually done what I wanted it to do. So I think we'll just take the Charity Extractor as a fine body to gum up the board. And now a Shriek Diver. It's a fine flyer. It can pressure the opponent's Planeswalkers, and flyers are just generally pretty good in the format. I don't really want to take Spellkeeper Weird. Price of Betrayal is like a fine sideboard option, but there was one in our first pack, so yep, that was the one I was talking about. It'll probably come back. So we'll just take that for the sideboard now. I still don't like Prismite. I'm just going to hope to get some Guild Globes and stuff. Another Saheeli Silverwing is a fine addition to the team. And now I guess we'll take Dusk Mantle Operative, maybe side that in for some matchups. Unlikely Aid. I haven't actually been playing a lot of Unlikely Aids, but maybe I'll change my tune at some point. Okay, and oh my gosh, we opened a busted rare. Nissa Who Shakes the World is so difficult to beat in draft. I'm just trying to think about whether we can switch colors to play this Nissa. What would we have to cut? We would play black-green probably because we have a lot of black cards. It's just so hard to justify switching colors when we literally don't have a green card. I think this is the time where we have to just be disciplined and stick to our guns, even though Nissa is so powerful. Green also didn't look super open pack one. So here, the pick is between Tybalt's of our main colors in red, but the Eternal Skylord is a great card to splash in this type of deck. It works with the Widespread Brutality, also makes our other Amass cards much better because flying is a relevant ability. So I think Eternal Skylord is going to be the pickup over a Tybalt's Rager. And then Aven Eternal is also a nice card, but we're not going to be splashing that type of effect. We'll just splash the Eternal Skylord here. I wish we could take the Nissa, but we just can't. Come on, pick two. Come on. Oh, perfect. Whoa! Another Eternal Skylord. Things are really coming together for our deck. That's a really good card, and now we're just going to be looking for some Guild Globes to help us splash that. Nahiri is technically a red card, so we could just cast that normally, but the Eternal Skylord, as I was saying, is really good. The commons just aren't spectacular in this pack. We'd probably take Vraska's Finisher, but I think it goes Skylord, then Nahiri, and then like Vraska's Finisher, so kind of third in command. And Gleaming Overseer, this deck is really coming together. I think Gleaming Overseer is going to be better than Spark Harvest just because we have so much Amass, and once we have a couple Eternal Skylords, the Gleaming Overseer, giving flying, it just becomes super good. It might even be the case that we've moved in with enough of these blue cards. No, I guess this is a blue-black card. I was thinking we could maybe move into blue-red, splashing black, but I think Gleaming Overseer, we're just kind of playing three colors at this point. Spark Harvest is also a fine card, but I think Gleaming Overseer is going to be good enough that it's worth taking here. Just a lot of powerful things coming around. Wow, and now a Tyrant Scorn. We're just kind of getting hooked up for the blue-black cards here. Yeah. And then, I guess, yeah. Kind of crazy. We could play blue-red, splash black for the Widespread Brutality and the Gleaming Overseer. We'll definitely keep it in mind. We're going to take this card over a Callous Dismissal because I think it's just a very good card. Great removal. And we're going to be splashing a lot either way, so we'll just be taking it. Spark Harvest is quite a good card here. But I'm trying to figure out what my mana is going to look like. We're definitely playing black. Probably just kind of stick to our guns. The red-black deck. Even though our black cards aren't fantastic. How many non-creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this card's not as good in our deck. I think this is just a pretty clear Spark Harvest. Toll the Invasions is interesting because we do like the Amass, but Spark Harvest is just good removal, and good removal is always premium. And now we can pick up a Toll of the Invasion over a Burning Prophet. I think Toll of the Invasion is going to be better, especially because we have this Amass sub-theme, and it's going to just be good to have as much Amass as we can get. And now we can take a Sorin's Thirst or an On-Carbon Invader. Probably just the Sorin's Thirst, maybe a sideboard card for certain matchups. And Goblin Assailant, if we end up in red and we just need a 2-drop to survive, it's passable, and that seems like where we might end up. Blind Blast could be a fine sideboard card for the right matchup. Probably better than the Shadow Fugue. I'd rather have No Escape if I was going to side a card in than Crush Descent, even though that does have a mass on it. And Casmina's Transmutation is a fine sideboard card to deal with the gods. Last Up Behemoth can be a big win condition if we need that type of thing. And, yeah, so this... Whoa, Oath of Kaya. There's also a Narset. So now we're kind of looking at our colors. We have this, which is like a double black card. We have black card, black card, black card. I think we have to be black base and then just red because this is a double red card. We can splash this, this, and this, and this. So we can splash like 4 or 5 cards. So we are looking for more fixing. Double color is kind of hard to get, but we're just going to take a Spark Harvest here. What the heck? Double Widespread Brutality. Well, now we have to take it. I'm sad that we can't get the Guild Glow, but the more widespread, can you imagine doing this twice in one game? We already have a ton of Amass. I'm sorry I didn't spend a lot of time talking about that last pick, but we're not taking Oath of Kaya because it's not a white card, and I think Spark Harvest is just a very good card. We already have 2 Spark Harvests. We don't really need a third one. Let's just take this Widespread Brutality over another Rouse Outburst. Sorry, Guild Globe, but Widespread Brutality number 2, really gonna hit home. And now another Rouse Outburst. This deck is fantastic. Maybe we're supposed to take an Ugin's Conjurant. I don't care. Rouse Outburst is where we're at. It'll just find our Widespread Brutalities. I think Ugin's Conjurant would be a okay pick here, but we're just trying to amass and do good stuff, and we're already playing like basically 3 colors, I guess. Now we can either take Herald or Burning Prophet. I'm leaning towards Burning Prophet. I guess we could technically take Mayhem Devil. It does work with our Spark Harvest. I don't think we might just not play the Heartfires at this point. But I think Herald of the Dread Horde is also a fine pickup, but Burning Prophet. So the Scries could be really good for finding our colors and our good spells. Herald's also alright. We have a lot of 4-drops already, though. So let's just take the Burning Prophet, get a nice 2-drop, and help scry our way to the cards we actually want. And now we'll take a Manticore. Maybe we'll end up playing it. Spellgorger, weird, eh? We do have a decent number of non-creatures. I guess it's better than Goblin Assailant, so we'll take it. And we might play Prismite now. Prismite's looking a lot better now that we have a lot of good cards. Aid the Fallen's an okay card, but we don't have any Planeswalkers. So we'll just take the Prismite now. Even though I said I don't like Prismite, we'll probably just play it to help us splash. Yeah, we're not playing any of these cards. Let's just take an uncommon. Similar vibe here. We're not playing any of these. Take the uncommons. Totally Invasion came back. So did Vraska's Finisher. So now it's a kind of close pick between Toll the Invasion and Vraska's Finisher. I kind of like taking the Toll just so that my Widespread Brutalities are even better. And I can set those up. And the rest of these picks are just kind of garbage picks. So now we have to figure out our mana base. We have a lot of playable cards. First, of course, let's change our card art back on our card back. We might just play 18 lands in this deck. Though this is kind of a mana source. I think we're going to cut Heartfire. We don't have a ton of stuff that we want to be sacrificing. And we do have a decent amount of removal. They recommend 6/6/5. I guess we don't have any double colored cards except Spark Harvests. Why do they want more? Let's just see our colored sources. So we have 11/7/6. Dang. They give us more islands than... I think we want one less island and one more mountain. Because this is double red card. Probably want to run 18 lands. We definitely want to have more swamps because it's double black as well. This is crazy. This is just a very Grixis-y deck. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red things. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blacks. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. So 7/6/5. I mean, it's a sketchy mana base, but I don't think we can do any better. And we'll definitely make up for some of the lack of synergy with the lack of mana with the full power level of our deck, because we do have a lot of power built in here. Yeah, definitely a sketchy mana base for sure. 7/6/5, probably one of the sketchier mana bases I've run in a long time. But we have a lot of powerful cards as justification. And sketchy mana bases can totally work out, especially if you can take the game long. And first try, never doubted my mana base whatsoever. Yes! Easy keep. I've been making sure that I don't just keep sketchy hands, but this hand is not sketchy at all. We have a 2-drop, we have a great removal spell. This deck just has so much built-in power level. This is insane. I'm so like, what the heck is happening? We're just going to... I kind of just want to Tyrant Scorn that. We'll Lazotep Reaver though. It's better to just get the blocker out and attack her for potential planeswalkers that he plays. If he plays a 3-mana planeswalker, we can now kill the Burning Prophet and attack the planeswalker directly. Ooh, opponent is light on land. Well, now I'll kill it for sure. And now we have 2 Rouse Outbursts, then we can top it off with an Invading Manticore. We're not going to spew off the Rouse Outburst at face, even though it might be correct. It just seems too spewy. But if we play a creature, by all means, we'll do it. Okay. Let's just kill that thing. We'll take a Toll the Invasion. So we can go Mana Geode. Well, we're just going to play the Skylord. It's just the most efficient play, mana-wise. I guess we could go Mana Geode and Toll and have that be pretty mana efficient. But this is just going to work out really well. We have a lot of pressure now. Wall of Runes, eh? A Pacha. So they kept a land on top, presumably. If we draw a land, we'll probably just slam Manticore. Okay, now we're going to go for Toll the Invasion. No need to get greedy. We don't need that. We're just going to hit them for 4, take their potential removal spells. Yikesies. So they're drawing a land next turn. Let's take the Heartfire. If they play the Rescuer Sphinx, we can just kill it. And these Planeswalkers can't kill it, that's for sure. Like if they go Rescuer Sphinx and replay land, we can just Rouse Outburst them. Perfect. This is exactly what we wanted to have happen. I actually think that it's better to not kill the Rescuer Sphinx here, if only for the reason that if I play the Manticore instead, then they have to chump block, which is better. Well, that's hilarious. We're not going to play that right now, though. We're just going to get our board even bigger. But it is a lethal attack for next turn. And now Rouse Outburst is lethal, so that's perfect. That's why we did it this way, because it just leaves my opponent with less outs. So they have a lot of Planeswalkers. So I'm going to definitely bring in Price of Progress. Not Price of Progress. Why was I even thinking of that card? Whatever the black one's called. Price of Betrayal. I guess they have similar-ish names. Price of Betrayal comes in for... I'll bring it in for a... Charity Extractor. They're also trying to stall the game. We would rather be able to kill their Saheeli or whatever it is. Or what have you. You know how it is. Or their Jaya or whatever, then have a 1-5 in play. Their deck also seems relatively slow-ish. I'm definitely a huge fan of our deck, though. Our deck is awesome. Definitely one of the cooler decks I've drafted in a while. I mean, I feel like most of the decks I draft are pretty cool. Maybe just War of Spark has a lot of cool decks. I just said cool twice in a row. That feels bad. I never doubted my mana. I always trusted it. The 7/6/5 mana base. Clearly the greatest. This is sorcery. We'll play a Swamp so that we can play a Tyrant Scorn on turn 2 if we draw it. Always got to be thinking. So if my opponent plays a Saheeli, that would probably be ideal for me here. Spellgorger weird, eh? Not the best case scenario, but it's fine. Sure, we'll keep it on top.
Under my instruction, focus on what matters.
So I think I'm going to, this turn, kill this Kasmina and kill the Spellgorger weird with my Rouse Outburst. That strikes me as the best use. Wait, what? Oh, you or a Planeswalker. Well, you live and you learn.
My schemes
Whoops.
are ruined.
I mean, that's still a decent play. Playing the Eternal Skylord would have been a lot better, though. I thought that, for some reason, I thought, oh, it's players. I've targeted players with things. Well, that's bad for me.
You've never seen anything like this.
Well, we probably just punted this game really badly, but, you know, you live and you learn. We will play the Eternal Skylord. We can chump block with the Skylord. Hopefully they don't grow the Spellgorger Weird too big. Yeah, we punted this game. I'm just going to concede. We needed to cast the Eternal Skylord that other turn so we could Collective Brutality the following turn, or whatever that card's called. Widespread Brutality. That was a really big misplay. Yep. These passives on these Planeswalkers are kind of confusing, though. I should have just read it. Read the card, as they say. Or there's an F word inserted in there somewhere. RTFC. You know how it is. You know how it is. Definitely messed that up, though. If I just played the Skylord and then followed it up with the Brutality thing, I would have won. Widespread Brutality. Oh, man. Rough. Tough stuff. They don't know I have Widespread Brutality yet, though. So I'll be able to get them with it. I have a Burning Prophet I can cast. I don't have blue mana. I'm going to mulligan this hand. I think I have to keep this. Not the greatest, though. This is a deck that's really mana hungry, so 2 landers are never ideal. He left in Wall of Runes. Interesting. It's probably because they have so many Planeswalkers. Perfect. Oh, yes. I never doubted it for an instant. I just need one more land and we're home free. This, then this, into this. Oh, sweet lands. How I thank you. We also have our perfect mana to cast Widespread Brutality.
If it's a challenge you want, then a challenge you'll get.
Oh, this is so perfect for us. Get destroyed, Thunder Drake. We will take Toll of the Invasion. Actually, yes. We have Price of Betrayal for this Saheeli. Honor the God Pharaoh, eh? If we draw a land, we can go Price of Betrayal and Eternal Skylord. Otherwise, we will just Toll the Invasion. I think a Toll the Invasion is a fine card to cast here. Get rid of potential Planeswalkers that could be problematic. I think my opponent has a Heartfire in their hand for killing my zombie. Hopefully they don't use it on the zombie, though. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, so they have complete nothing in their hand, and we will not attack. And then next turn we can Widespread Brutality, kill the Saheeli, win the game. I guess that doesn't kill the Healy. Let's just go with the Eternal Skylord. Also kills the Healy.
I need to
The bigger this creature gets, the harder it is for them to burn it out, the better it gets for them to bounce it down. So their bounce gets better. Whoa! Okay, doke. So I don't know what their card in hand is. We have a stacked hand. We have this as a nice little cleanup button. Let's just go for this. Kills a lot of their stuff. And it grows this into potential lethal. We still now have a very stacked hand with a lot of spot removal. Just gets rid of a lot of their potential jump blockers. We'll take the Spark Harvest. It's better than a Toll the Invasion in this spot. Even though Toll does amass one. We'd rather just be able to kill whatever they play. Because this card could just be a blank. And they concede. Like, Toll the Invasion technically could have killed them, but like the way we lose that game is by them like top decking a Callous Dismissal, and then us just running out of removal in a long drawn out game. If the game, like, we can just win with Healy Silverwing, and it's hard to go wrong with the card that we did get, Spark Harvest. Wow, that was lucky that we had good mana all those games. Whew. Despite the misplay game too. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. My brother met Tommy Wiseau. That's funny. Okay, on the draw with a mana geode, is this a keep? I think so, because it lets us cast all of our spells. And our deck has pretty sketchy mana, so anything that lets us cast all of our spells is pretty good. Also, double red is better than double blue or double black. It looks like we're in a slow matchup, which is what I like to hear. We can go turn 4 Eternal Skylord. Watley, ooh, they are up to some spice here. Let's get the mana geode out. Whew, definitely keeping that one on top. Okay. Land, we're just going to kill this Mowu while we can. Take the island. I guess Swamp might have been better just because then we could double cast black spells. I guess we can already do that. Samet.
You still have the moon. You should go there now.
I kind of want to just go. So we have 6 mana. Kind of just want to go Prismite and Toll the Invasion. Let's start with a Toll the Invasion, see what they're working with. And then we can even maybe Spark Harvest for 1. Okay, let's take the Courage in Crisis. And now the Prismite comes down. And we could just kill this by sacrificing the token, but I don't think that's worth it. Because we'd rather just save our Spark Harvests to kill whatever creature they play. They probably have a Bio Essence Hydra if they're playing Watley. That's just what that card makes me think of. Wow, they're just chaining through their Guild Globes. All of the mana fixing. It's worth doing this just for the scry, even if they don't attack. We are going to play the Eternal Skylord, though. And we will attack everything at Samet. If they trade with Prismite, that's fine, because at least we don't have to use a Spark Harvest to make the trade happen. And it's just a fine trade for us anyway.
Never bow to you.
Augur Bolas, let's see what they find. It doesn't look like their deck is particularly well set up for it. We haven't seen a single instant or sorcery. I guess we've seen one. Yeah, them whiffing is not a surprise to me.
Cease aggressions and live.
No blocks. Let's just attack both at face. Actually, yeah. Then we'll play the Silver Wing. Well, that's kind of a scary card. We'll wait for them to tap out for that, and then we'll kill the Augur Bolas. Then we'll Spark Harvest this, kill the Watley. If you wanted to wait to kill the Watley until we can just do it in one swoop, because the Hualia 1 and the Hualia whatever is very similar. So we have 5, 6, 7, so we can cast this first. Why would you tap my mana like that? Always check the auto tapper, because he always tries to get you in the spots where you least expect it. Gotta get that extra scry. And they concede! Let's go. So they have a very wacky deck. The first Planeswalker that we killed was Samet. They also have a Mowu, so maybe Price of Betrayal is okay. I'm kind of liking the Price of Betrayal in over a Charity Extractor again. Let's do it. This is the first time I've ever put Price of Betrayal in my deck, by the way. I've never put it in my deck, even sideboarded it in. I don't know why. Man. I just want to say, thank you so much for everybody who watches my videos, supports me by leaving comments and thumbs up buttons. It really does motivate me to make more videos, and I really do appreciate all the cool people that we have here on the channel. Oh, I get so many nice comments. Oh my gosh, this hand is so good. It's like a blue-black deck with this hand. We have that Lazotep Reaver. We have that Tyrant's Scorn. We'll draw our mana eventually. We will draw it eventually. I believe. Yes! Oh, I never doubted it for a second. We're going to go Burning Prophet and Toll the Invasion just because that's like really good for interacting, and the Scry is going to be useful. I just really want to get the Scrying on as early as possible. Let's just interact first and then play Gleaming Overseer later. And they concede! Yes! Oh, they're just so mad that we have all 3 colors on turn 3. Assembling Exodia. If you don't get that reference, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. It's sad that some people won't get that reference. I mean, it's not sad. It just means that people never played Yu-Gi-Oh. Or I didn't even have a piece of Exodia, but I knew what it was. Apparently, there's... this is like urban legend, essentially. But if you had all 5 pieces of Exodia in play, you win. I think it's from like the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I'm not sure. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh counts. Yu-Gi-Oh definitely counts as anime. I think I played against this guy before. Luigi. We will play first. And this hand has no black mana. This is too sketchy to keep. This hand, on the other hand, Grixis! Lord of Grixis. Oh, you know it. The perfect Grixis hand. Grixis is life. Mana has not been a problem. Ooh. I actually kind of like that, but I just really want to hit my lands. So I'm going to have 2 draws. If I keep this on top, I'll draw this on my first draw step. Then on my second draw step, third draw step, I'll have land drops. And then I'll have 3 draw steps to hit a land. I'm going to bottom this. We have a second one, and also we just want to make sure we hit our land just to get to our 4th thing. It's just a bit too sketchy. Wow, we're living the dream, folks. Play a Burning Prophet. I know you have it. NicolaiBolas, same thing. That's why I don't love Prismite. But our deck doesn't really have a ton of good fixing. So we would have gotten there by keeping Widespread Brutality, but it's hard. Oh, goodness. So Crush Descent is something we can really play around. I think we want to get rid of. So they have enough lands. Aven Eternal seems a little bit annoying. Thunder Drake we can answer with our Ral's Outburst. So let's take the Aven Eternal. I'm not really worried about the Devouring Helion. Thunder Drake will just destroy. If he casts it, that's like okay for me. Yep. No attacks. They have Crush Descent, so I'm just waiting for them to play their Thunder Drake. If they don't play Thunder Drake, then it's bizarre. We're just going to continue to wait. I know that we're technically a little bit behind on board, but the fact that we missed a land drop might goad them into making a play. Land me. Perfect. We played around it perfectly. Go for Crush Descent. Make my day. Make my day. Ooh, that is bad, bad, bad. I really want to draw my own land so I can play this Invading Manticore. Okay. Let's trade with that 4/4. Let's actually trade with the one that can get bigger and scarier. If we hit a land, we're in fine shape here. Boom. Keep in mind that we do have to chump block or we'll die to a Heartfire. But he can't attack with the Devouring Helion. At any rate. Is he going to Heartfire me? Oh, we are just short. So he'll Heartfire in response. But I think this is worth it. Or he might hard fire in response, I don't know. Okay, now we just need to find a mountain and we win. And now it has flying too, so it deals with this thing. And if he ever taps down, we'll just Rouse Outburst this to look for a mountain. We might just Rouse Outburst face to look for a mountain, if I'm being honest. On his end step. I'm feeling a little bit worried, but I'm also relatively okay with where we're at right now. Also, this card gets very wrecked by the 2-mana kill spell we have for creatures that cost 3 or less. Tyrant's Scorn. No! Ouch. Brutal. Okay. So they're kind of a gimmicky deck. We'll say that much. Huh. Price of Betrayal seems okay, but not great. Still have like a lot of 4/4s in play, but it's mostly counter based. Bring in Price of Betrayal for the Charity Extractor again. Man, that is one case where the mana hurts us, because if we had been able to wipe their board, we would have won there. We'll play first. We'll keep this hand. We have a little bit of fixing. And a little bit of scry, which could help. And we have spells to cast regardless. And we have Prismite to help us cast our stuff. So Prismite is like a real boon in this hand. I never doubted you for a second, deck. Now we can just get the full-on pressure down. Flying pressure. We need to make sure we play around Crush Descent. Okay, now we just need to draw one of our good spells. They're drawing a land, and we will attack. We're not going to block because we know they have Heartfire. So that they could Heartfire our Shriek Diver with their 1/1 they just got. You know what I'd love right now is an Eternal Skylord. Or Rouse Outburst, that's also excellent. We're just going to play the Silver Wing. Get it out there. Also keep our opponent off their suspicions. Ooh, that's good to know about. Very good to know. Also, we have a nice flying clock, so they'll have to answer it, hopefully by playing a Thunder Drake. That would be the dream. I can only imagine the pure joy that would go through my veins if they played a Thunder Drake. I wonder if they know that I know about this. They must know. We'll give him haste. We're not even going to cast. If he wants to use it on the Prismite, then we'll just pay the 2. We could also just let our Prismite die because it's never going to do anything and then kill his Rouse Outburst. That actually makes more sense to me. Don't want that. I'll take another Rouse Outburst. That seems nice to me. Because Prismite doesn't do anything on this board because he has a 1/3. But killing a 3/3 is kind of nice. Ooh, nice, nice. Now, even if he does have a flyer, we can potentially go for the Rouse Outburst into land for Gleaming Overseer, though that's not as ideal. Okay, so they don't have a red card in hand. That's good to know. So we will go for the land. Rouse Outburst, Thunder Drake. If he gives all this stuff hexproof, that would be kind of bad, I guess. Sure. We win. Sure, we'll keep that in top just in case. Boom. On to game 3. I actually don't like Price of Betrayal in this build anymore now that I've seen more of his deck. I think we'd rather have... Honestly, Elasotep Behemoth doesn't sound that bad. I think Heartfire is going to be good, though. Just an extra removal spell. Can kind of hit anything. Can respond to his stuff with it. On the draw. This is a slow matchup, it seems. So they have some hands with Devouring Helion. We're going to keep this. Spark Harvest is really good against the Devouring Helion stuff they can get up to. That was a perfect draw for this hand, I think. But Spark Harvest just seems good in the matchup. I have a card I can cast, a couple cards if I hit some lands, which I probably will. Okay, now it's a race to 2 mountains. Or a mountain and a Mana Geode. Even Eternal. Our Silverwing deals with that quite nicely. Play this so that if we draw a mountain, we can cast our spells. Nothing to worry about quite yet. Hopefully they play Devouring Helion and kill these two creatures so we can really wreck them. Iron Bully. Okay. Okay. She's going to put it on the flyer. If we draw a mountain, we really just win because we kill this. Not going to get too fancy here. Just take a land. We don't need an island, though. We'll take the Spellgorger Weird. That was a sick rip off the top, I must say. Gotta be said, that was a pretty sick rip. Some might even describe it as the sickest of rips. Right off the top of the old deck. Blind Blast, okay. They needed to hit a land, clearly. No blocks. We will play our Eternal Skylord this turn. Really set up for the second mountain. I heard there was a secret port. We're not going to attack because we don't need that extra point of damage, whereas the extra blocker could be relevant to help stop the Iron Bully, because we don't want to take damage here against my opponent's like kind of annoying, irritating stealth mission type deck. Oh, this is why we kept the hand, because Devouring Helion gets completely wrecked by the Spark Harvest that we have. And we can get rid of this Lazotep Reaver. Sure, let's go Toll of the Invasion. So they're far away from a lot of their stuff. Let's just take the Aven Eternal. We will attack. Teferi's Time Twist not looking very good in this spot, I must say. So if they draw a land, we win. If they don't draw a land, we're probably still in good shape. Okay, they kept on top. Probably means that's a removal spell. I guess they don't know that we win if we draw a land. If they... You know what I mean. We're just going to play Shriek Diver and give it haste. Whoops. We did not mean to do that. Double haste. Oh, right. My Eternal Skylord can't attack past his 2/4 now. Oh. We're still in fine shape. They're at 9. So they keep it on top again. I don't know why they cast that. They already knew what they were drawing. Oh, they have a board wipe? No, they do not have a board wipe. I'm confused. Why would you get rid of your guy again then? Let's just play 2 more creatures. If either of our flyers sticks around, we win. I guess we could have played a Silverwing and But I think it's more important to have chump blockers and stuff. I don't know, maybe it was just correct to play the Silverwing. They'd have to have 2 answers for flyers. Hit them with the good game so they know that it's over. And they'll just stop agonizing over their decisions. I don't know if that's technically called, like people call that BM, but I just think that's like, I know that when someone hits me with the good game, I just like, okay, I'll just do it and see what happens a lot of the time. Good games, Ouija. Good games. It's weird. I thought that the mana would be a lot worse in this deck, but it's actually panned out pretty well. We've just been kind of rolling on people. Up to 3 wins. It's always nice to get some wins. I always, it's funny because whenever I play like ranked drafts, which are best of 1, I like get kind of rolled on. Yeah. Not rolled on, but like I go 3-3 or something and it feels bad. Whereas in these best of 3s, I just kind of clean up shop. Play first. Wow. We are killing it with these mana draws. I feel like I should play decks like this more often just because of how happy it makes me to draw like hands that look like this, where you just have 1 of each land and you're just like, yes, we did it. Oh, the beauty. Oh my gosh. Burning Prophet into Toll the Invasion. So much power. So much win. Gotta play a pre-combat so we can attack. Gleaming Overseer is not a land. We just want to hit our lands to get up to Eternal Skylord. They are all in on this thing. Well, we don't care about this. This is kind of scary, but we don't really care about that. Let's just get rid of Totally Lost. And then we can just kill their 1 creature and just win. Yeah, this seems like good value to me. We're sacking this thing because it would die to it anyway. We want that extra scry. We'll keep that on top so we can play the Eternal Skylord. So they're an all-out aggro deck, it looks like. But we've kept a creature off the board, which is really good against these decks. Because when you play Sarkhan's Catharsis, you really need to get them low early. And 16 is good because if they run like 5 Sarkhan's Catharsis. Oh gosh. So we now know their last card. What are they going to scry? Bottom. Let's get this Skylord in here. We can now block the Sky Theater Strix. They'll Sarkhan's our face. We don't want to get in the range of double Sarkhan's Catharsis. Yup. It wasn't letting me click to block, and I was worried for a second. I was like, oh, what's happening? Okay, so then we will put them down to 8, and then 2 more attacks seals the deal. Let's go. We don't want that. We will take that, though. Boom! We got the victory. So they are an all-out aggro deck. So actually, Charity Extractor, just for like that 1 point of life gain, seems good. I'm tempted to run Soren's Thirst just because the life gain seems really good from that, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. It killed the 2 creatures that we did see from their deck, but it's just so hard to cast with 7 swamps. Let's play Heartfire over... Honestly, we're probably just going to cut the Charity Extractor again. Just our worst card. I think Heartfire is just going to do more work. Even though life gain is good against the Catharsis, it's only 1 point a turn. And it's a 4-drop. So cheapening our curve is nice too. On the draw, we're going to keep this hand. It has upside if we draw ace. Oh, we're on the play. Our opponent put us on the play. That's interesting. This is even better on the play because this means the turn 4 Rouse Outburst is really live. We are just going to play Gleaming Overseer, so we have a nice little blocker for the Burning Prophet. We know they have a lot of cards that kind of go all in on one creature. So let's just Silver Wing it up, see what they're working with. The Burning Prophet, sure. No attacks. Ha ha ha. Let's see what they're working with here. We're gonna get rid of the Jaya's Greeting, I think. And they can put this on top, and then I'll put it back again. Ashiok Skulker, oh dear. So now we have our 4/4 hexproof guy that now has flying. So these things are kind of all shut down. We are going to start looking for a Spark Harvest to kill this Skulker. Okay. Let's just start pressuring him too. So we have more mountains than islands, I believe. So let's Rouse Outburst a Sky Theater Strix. Right, I tapped wrong. Shoot, I was doing the math wrong. I was like, wait, I can just tap my blues, or I could tap with a red oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that was really bad. I should have counted on drawing a swamp more than a... that was a brain mess up. Oh, it's Jace. Hello, Jace. Yeah, because I should have... If I had done that properly, it would have worked a lot better.
I'm always a step ahead.
Because I would have been able to kill this one too.
Let's think this through.
So they kept on top, which means this might be a Heartfire or something. But yeah, I had 6 swamps left in my deck, and at this point I had 3 islands left, so I should have left the island untapped, but I just messed that up a little bit. Never punished though. I mean, still punished, but not as much. Boom! And we get the W. We were going to kill the Jace, and all was going to be peachy. So the slight misplay not punished. But there are times where that does get punished. And I could have totally avoided it. Well, our deck has been working perfectly. Even though we've sided out Charity Extractor literally every time, I still like it in the main deck. I don't know why. It's just a vibe I'm getting that Charity Extractor's calling to me. Let's go. Ooh. So islands are our least common card. On the play, though, we have this and this. We're going to keep it. We can slow our opponent down a little bit, and then when we draw an island, we'll be powered up. Powering up. Well, well, well. We're going to take the Narset. It just seems like they'll probably get a decent amount of value from that. Blue-white's not an archetype I'm very scared of. Sure. So we can sack to kill this if we need to. I think we want to save it for the Skulker, though. We'll make them play their Divine Arrow, though this is a fine trade for them, so I'm not sure if they want to. But it buys me some time. Wow, that is an aggressive bounce. We're going to just kill that now. Next turn we're going to hopefully play the Manticore. If we don't play Manticore, we'll hopefully draw something we can cast. So far, no islands, but we now have a lot of good draws. Any island is a fantastic draw, which is 5 of those. There's 2 Widespread Brutalities, which would also be pretty good here. Though I guess less good against the Skulker. Though we could probably attack with Manticore and bait it. Prismite would be pretty good. Mana Geode would be good. So that's 7, 8, 9 draws that would be pretty good. A lot of just red and black spells that'd be good. That's a fine draw. Kill this. Start attacking with our Manticore. That's an aggressive jump block. Don't know why you would jump there. Just take 4. Okay, more uncastables, but we're getting there. Once we draw an island, we're going to be stacked. Or Mana Geode, or Prismite even. They just did nothing that turn? Maybe they're also splashing? That seems less likely because I probably would have seen a... Oh, hello, Dambreaker. I could use an island right about now. Yikes. Well, I'm not out of this. I still have good blocks. I'm like just stalling at this point because once I find an island, I'm going to be set. Can't double block here. The reason I can't double block is because he can sacrifice the Spellkeeper Weird to get back to Vine Arrow. Haha! Hello, Prismite. But now I'm in good shape. Because now I have blue mana. I knew this is the first time Prismite has ever been useful. Ever. All time. We're going to get blue mana. No attacks. Because it's still in Divine Arrow range. I guess he could get Callous Dismissal back. But we still added a 3/3 to the board. Got back Divine Arrow. That's an interesting choice. I feel like he would have wanted to get back Divine Arrow. I mean, not Divine Arrow, the Callous Dismissal. Oh. That's a nightmare. Oh gosh, this card is quite good. I would like to draw an island, please, deck. It's actually kind of weird that I haven't drawn one. I've drawn 8 non-islands. Of my lands remaining, 5 of them are islands, so I'll get there eventually. I think this is a little bit unlucky, but it's bound to happen when you're playing such a greedy mana base as my own. Booyah. Okay, so we're going to start with the Eternal Skylord, give us some potential blocks. We're definitely just jumping right now. Okay, we will kill that. That's bad. Okay. Okay, so this is just one of those games. If we draw on an island sooner, we would have won. But maybe we would have extended into the time wipe a little bit too much. Okay, so how will we play around this? Extractor is useless against the 5-drop. We can bring in Unlikely Aid. It kind of plays well against Divine Arrow and against the time wipe. I think it's better than the time Ravel because we have more black mana than blue mana. Backs to the wall, here we go. Got a mulligan that. And this hand is equally sketchy. I think we'll go to 5. This hand is much better. It has a mana geode at least. I don't think we've cast a Widespread Brutality this entire game. I mean, this entire sequence. Not once, which is kind of weird. Because you'd think I'd be casting it all the time. But it just hasn't worked out that way. Oh, we'll keep that on top. Hopefully they just miss their land drops and we wreck them. Let's go. They have so many Calluses missiles, I don't think it's worth it. We're just going to kill this. We'll save the Rouse Outburst because it's a little bit more flexible. Yeah, that's what I thought. That is kind of what I anticipated. Sure, we'll take a mountain. I think this Unlikely 8 has a lot of potential here. This is actually a good draw. Makes my widespread brutalities a lot better. Let's get rid of that one. Just gonna work out better because we can potentially plan around it now for a little bit. We have more draws to draw our board wipe. We have 2 widespread brutality. If we draw one here, we're gonna win. No. Oh my gosh! That was the most tilting thing I've ever seen in my life. They were both on top? Oh my gosh. Couldn't it just have been one so I had some sense of hope? Oh. Brutal. Ooh, nice. That hexproof is good. I just wanted a little bit of hope. Just a little, you know. I didn't need a ton. But both of them? Come on. I still can't believe it. This was my literal best draw. I would win the game. And then he casts like with the only card that mills me in the format. Like, oh, he milled his Time Wipe but didn't get it back. But he does have his spell cheaper weird, so. Kind of hoping he gets back his Time Wipe and then casts it. He probably is supposed to Wanderer Strike this. So that he can bounce this. I'm a little bit demoralized, not gonna lie. Since I know this is getting bounced next turn, I might as well just attack with it. The variance is so sad. I was like, man, I've never cast this card. It would have been so good. Alas. Tis but a dream within a dream. Sick sideboard deck too. Get back to Fairy's Time Wipe. That'd be awesome. Rats. This was a sweet idea. But we lost the game as soon as both of our widespread brutalities got milled. Oh. That's a tough loss to take, I must say. Because if we'd drawn the widespread brutality, we would have won on a mold of 5 in that game. We still have one more shot at the glory, though. I believe we can fly. I believe in the widespread brutality. That sounds like something not a good thing to believe in. Never mind, I don't believe in widespread brutality. All the other good stuff, though, yes. In flying, yes. Widespread brutality, no. But that is the card that would have won me the game, and he milled both copies. That's the saddest part about mill. Sometimes it mills all of your good cards. Rats. We were like building our game plan. We were like, oh, we'll go this. It's all working out. And then he just... sadness. We got this, though. Pro play, you are no match. We don't mind being on the draw with this deck. Yes, we're back to our winning ways. All 3 colors of mana in one go. This is what we like to see. Opponents on a mulligan, they cannot possibly win. And they're playing a green deck. GG, opponent. Oh, we even have widespread brutality mana. This is a massacre waiting to happen. The old snare spinner. We're not going to do anything about that. We'll save our Tyrant Scorn for his 3-drop. Sadness.
Let's dive right into battle.
We will Toll of the Invasion them. Taking Bloomhulk. Wow, New Horizons synergy with the Kiora.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
Now we get the value. Let's go. Because they'll proliferate. Just more value, I think. Oh, they don't. Dang. Okie doke. So now next turn we can go Spellkeeper, Weird, Tyrant Scorn on this. Attack the Kiora. Oh, that's why they didn't do it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright.
I love to make a splash.
I think this is going to work out beautifully. Still going to kill the 3/5 because now next turn we can Widespread Brutality Make this into a 3/3. This will become a 4/4. It'll kill this thing. We are left with what is known as board. Oh, yes! I think this works the way I hope it does. I may have prematurely issued the GG. The GG.
Let's get moving.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Just finish off the Kiora so they can't, like, chain together big creatures.
Back to the depths.
Or, like, use this to get, like, 8 mana for something, or 2, 4. Boom! It was GG indeed. Oh, so good. Once again, Charity Extractor looking a bit lackluster. We could play Price of Betrayal, but that's also not the greatest. Let's just play Heartfire. We didn't start the fire. Getting a game 1 victory. Oh yes, that's the widespread brutality that we anticipated when we put it in our deck and took all the Amass cards. That's the one. It was just like boom, boom, boom. Doesn't kill Spellgorge or weird. Kills all one-sided board wipe. Basically Plague Wind. Yes! Oh, sweet mana. The perfect mana for all of our mana needs. Oh my gosh. We even have perfect widespread brutality mana with the double mountain. Man, this round my deck felt bad for the way it lost last time. And it was like, bro, I got you. We got this. And it is all going perfectly according to my plan. It is all according to my plan. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. I think we want to cast Spark Harvest here just so we don't fall too far behind. Kill the 3-powered creature. And then we can Rouse Outburst this thing. But we have a lot of things to be doing with our mana, and we don't want to just run. Like, get hit by this a couple times. Maybe he puts a counter on it or something. I don't know. Could be a bit aggro, but that was why I considered killing that one, but that just seems much worse to me. Because every other card would rather just not take more damage. And Silverwing kind of stops this guy up. I know what's coming. Iron Bully, no. Oh. Okay, that's understandable. Well, now we can kill the Iron Bully. And we will find a way to deal with... Oh, gosh. Oh, yes. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm going to take an extra point of damage that I shouldn't have. Because this becomes 3/5, so I can't block.
Two mages duel. Only one leaves.
Well, that's really bad. Actually, it's not. Never mind. Because that would have stopped this.
My wandering continues.
Let's just go for the safe play. Hit for 4. mind. We could have gotten an extra point of damage. Not the safe play at all. The incorrect play there. So we missed out on a point of damage because I did that incorrectly. I did bad math. Math was done, but incorrectly and badly. My opponent has a pretty cool proliferate deck. Like, the Sunblade Angel is a good card to have in this deck if you have the target triggers, and it's got a couple of triggers for it, so. Let's go. I believe. Boom! And we get to maximum wins. Let's go. Okie doke. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, I congratulate you. Remember to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. And leave a comment. And in that comment, type hashtag perfect mana in the comment section, because to represent the fact that we had pretty good mana throughout this draft despite our kind of sketchy mana base of 765 with only a couple fixtures. So hashtag perfect mana in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. I wanted to give a big thank you to everybody that does support the channel by hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, leaving a comment, and of course to my patrons over on patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. The patrons are the ones that are helping me to bring these videos to you directly, and I do really appreciate them. And if you support the channel, you get access to exclusive rewards, including one of the rewards being put into the credits. So thank you to all the patrons that support me at that level. I truly appreciate your support, and thank you for making these videos possible. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.